Okay, everybody, look, this is going very, very badly indeed. I need things to be done efficiently and quickly. We've got to get this car up to speed, okay? We're not here to get beaten by Alpine and come fifth. That's ridiculous. Hello? The wind tunnel's broken. Excellent. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today we have the Monaco Grand Prix. We better do better in qualifying here because there is no overtaking to be done. And, well, there's a little bit to catch you up on since last episode. Mostly it's down to, where are we here? Here it is here, our wind tunnel. There is a chance that there's a data concern. Now, one thing that it does say here is there's no impact on car development. The main rotor isn't starting up or winding down as smoothly as it once did. So, I suspect the issue isn't necessarily that it's giving us incorrect data, it's that it's maybe, or I guess if it's not firing the air through properly, then maybe it is. But anyway, so we've paused all development for 9 days to sort out what the problem is. No doubt it's going to cost us money, and yeah, that's not ideal. Now, we did get a new rear wing design completed, not on the car for this one, but it looks as though it's going to, hang on, can we get to the car here? So to give you an idea, you know, it's going to take 2.4 kilos off the car in terms of weight. And I think a lot of what our issue with the car is just a lot of it is down to weight. Because we didn't get to research this year's car last year because of the cost cap thing, mostly down to Giovinazzi being taken out by Perez, as we remember in Canada, or maybe you don't. I certainly do. It's ruined this whole series. But it does look as though it is going to make a difference. So that's a good thing. We also have a side pod that is not ready to go just yet, but we again are manufacturing it, and again you can see it's going to take more weight off the car. So I'm fairly confident we're going to get the car there. The problem is if we go back and look at the championship standings, I mean, we're not anywhere near. Seconds where we've got to finish, we're nowhere near that. We're almost 100 points off. So it's getting to the point, even though it is only round 7 of 570. No, I don't forget how many rounds, but there's a lot of rounds. You know, 100 points is a lot of points to make up to get the second. It needs to start, if not yesterday, then certainly today. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But there's not too much else to catch you up. It's only been 4 days break, so there's not much that's able to be done on the car, just some projects that have been finishing up. Monaco, as we know, no rain, which is maybe disappointing for us. It's just slow. Sector 1 is red, Sector 2 is blue, and yellow is Sector 3. It's just slow, isn't it? There's nowhere to overtake. I've made my feelings clear many times on this channel about how I feel about Monaco, but and if you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with what I've said, leave it to Formula E. Go and do something else. It's not made for Formula 1 cars anymore. And that's someone who loves Monaco, but it's just not there for Formula 1 anymore. Now, it's going to be soft and medium, I would dare say. Is that what it is? Yeah, soft and hard, medium. I mean, it doesn't matter because you can't overtake. It doesn't matter what tyres you put on. You can put any tyre. You can put track tyres on, it wouldn't make a difference. So Verstappen, Red Bull's always won here. Now, there is one bit of confidence we can perhaps take from this. If we go back to the track sections by speed, there's a fair few slow corners. There's a little bit of similarity here to me to Baku, and we did very well in Baku, although we did do some overtakes there as well. So maybe that's yeah, a little bit ambitious again. But reach Q3, someone in the top 4, sure, why not? Let's go. Reach Q3 would be a bonus after last race. Fastest lap, yeah, why not? We'll stick a soft tyre on late on. Finish, 2 cars in the top 6. I mean, that is not happening. 1 car in the top 6 in qualifying is probably not happening either, but we can dream, can't we? Alright, let's go to Monaco. So there we go, confirmation, no rain. I'll go do some free practice and I'll see you for qualifying. Hopefully, we haven't put it in the wall a couple of times. That's going to cost us engines and spare parts, and this could be a disaster. Alright, so we have done free practice. We didn't hit anything, so that's nice. FP1, Mick was 5th, which is very, very nice indeed. Giovinazzi, now his engine and ERS are absolutely shot, so don't worry about his times necessarily. He was down there in 14th. FP2, it was 10th for Mick, and then it was 16th for Giovinazzi. And FP3, it was 8th for Mick, and if we go down, it was 15th for Gio. So, qualifying, this is going to be all important. You can see what I mean here. I mean, his ERS is almost completely dead. So, actually, that may be the last we see of that particular unit. I don't know we can flog it out any longer, to be honest. But anyway, Q1, I've said this before and been wrong. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's make sure that's the case. So we're absolutely fine. We just did the one run with Mick, got a little bit close at the end there, but he did have a 4/5 tenth of a second gap, so I was relatively confident. Giovinazzi, we did a second run on the same set of tyres. He got blocked with traffic, but 12th and 14th, not too bad, I don't think, given that we did our runs early. All right, we are back for our second runs. Now, I'm trying something a little bit different here, given that it's Monaco and we don't want to get traffic. I've tried just going out basically in the gap. You'll see there's still 5 or 6 minutes to go in the session. Mick is currently 9th after his first run. Giovinazzi 4th. Those are on used tyres. Now we need this car to get out of the way, this Red Bull. Is it going to do just that? It has. I don't know that Mick got held up too badly there. He's done a good green middle sector. Giovinazzi looks like he got past as well, but did a slower. So Giovinazzi may have got held up. Mick, currently 10th, goes 6th. Giovinazzi, he is currently 5th.
Good on target.
It should be okay for him to get through, but he doesn't improve. I'm sure that Red Bull got in his way. So we have cars coming around to start their runs, their final runs. There is a lot of yellow there. There's not much green. So we're 9th and 10th though, which isn't ideal. Hamilton's going faster. So 8th and 9th, sorry. 9th and 10th if Hamilton goes above us. Oh, Mick's out. Albon got him. So there we go. I thought he had done enough. I still think doing the run when we did was the right thing to do in terms of not getting any traffic. But, yeah, Mick couldn't go quick enough anyway, and he is out. Alright, so Giovinazzi coming around to start his final lap on a new set. Used a U set. It's the same set he used at the second run of Q2 there for his first run. That means we have 2 sets of soft tyres, new soft tyres for the race. So, you know, the one to start on or use to actually, you know, they want if we get a safety car, a new set as well. So, always like to do that. We did do a green first sector. Sorry, I had that on the wrong screen there, didn't I? Let's see if he can do a green middle sector. He's currently 8th and a fair ways off anybody in front of him. You'd imagine that Gasly and Hamilton are going to go ahead of him. They're going to go faster. As Gasly does indeed go faster. What can Gio pull out of the bag on his last run here? He goes 6th ahead of Gasly. Now, can we hold on to that? Let's have a look at what's everybody else doing here in terms of times. Hamilton is going faster behind. Where's he? About to come around and finish his lap. He's the only one that can ruin this for Go, and he does. So we start 7th and 11th. So much better than previous qualifying, it has to be said. But, yeah, it's still a little bit disappointing. We're Ferrari. This shouldn't be where we're racing, should it? Alright, now what can we do? Now, there is a part of me, the soft hard is realistically the way to go, isn't it? Because you want to use the soft tyre at some point, and yeah, and then you've got a medium if you need it, and plus we've got an extra set of softs, don't we? So we should have a new medium, a new hard, and then two brand new sets of softs as well. So I think that works for Giovinazzi. There's a part of me with Mick that wonders if we try to hang for a safety car. So if we go soft hard, he's out of the points to start anyway. The issue is that could he maybe make up on a soft tyre in the start, make up a position, but I just wonder if we try hanging for a safety car, and that might be a way we can get a result from a poor qualifying. So I think we might look to do that. If there's a safety car, one of them should catch it anyway. Alright, welcome back, and let's see if we can get some luck here in Monaco. Traditionally not a one for overtaking, but let's see if we jump on board here with Giovinazzi. There is a lot of soft tyres. There's a medium set up there on the Aston Martin, a virtual safety car, and a red flag. So we'll do all this again. Who's out? Mick's out.
Now this was at turn 1.
Let's see what's happened here. Oh, Mick has done absolutely nothing wrong there. Now, can we fix that car? Or is it just a front wing? No, Mick is indeed out. So that is very, very unlucky for Mick. Did absolutely nothing wrong. In terms of Giovinazzi, I mean, there's no point changing the strategy. What I thought was going to work beforehand, there's no reason to think it won't work now. Alright, so let's try this again. We just get no luck this season, do we? It's a little bit demoralising, if I'm honest. Some guys have got... So there's a hard tyre there. on that Aston Martin now. So we've moved up a place ahead of Hamilton. We are ERSing. We are also pushing the tyre a little bit this first lap. Basically because, you know, we need to try and overtake. So we've also got basically three laps as well. So we do have a little bit more wiggle room than we would have otherwise. But we're in 6th. We've got Stroll on a hard tyre now. Actually, there's not many cars. Why have they all bailed off the soft tyre? That doesn't really make much sense, does it? Because they've got less distance to do now. So that just reeks of they've not got the strategy right the first time, which makes me think, did I not get the strategy right the first time? But anyway, Albon's got a penalty we can see there as well. I mean, it's harsh to give him a penalty. He made a mistake and bounced back, but it certainly wasn't Mick's fault. So, yeah, it's just not helping us, is it? We're obviously struggling. We need all the luck we can get. We're getting virtual safety cars coming out just after we've pit last race. You know, we've got, what was the one before that? There was something. And like I say, it's all just compounding. The ultimate problem is that the car's crap. But, you know, we desperately need some luck to try and help us out, and we're just not getting any of it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. We'll see if we can get a move on Stroll here at some point. We're going to need to. He's on his hard tyre. We do need to get past him as soon as possible. Alright, now we have been stalking the back of Stroll's car for a little bit here. Just slowly charging up, just sort of doing the top up. Let's see, he's out of the DRS. He was behind his teammate. Alonso seems to have gone. Go on, Gio. Go on, Gio. And he's got him. He's got him. Excellent work from Giovinazzi. He was vulnerable there. He was very vulnerable, was Lance Stroll, and we made it count. So we move up a position and overtake at Monaco. What is this witchcraft? Can we go and get the other Aston Martin now? One thing I have noticed sort of sitting behind them here, we are much quicker. In the slow corners, we are much quicker than Aston Martin. They're quicker off the corners, I think. If you watch the time deficits here, sort of the faster corners, by Monaco standards, but sort of coming off corners, they're better than us. But through slow corners, we're quite good. So let's see if we can go and get Alonso here on a medium. Now, of course, them on their medium and hards are going to go longer than we are. Now, what that could give us an opportunity of is, while we're on new hard tyres, they'll obviously be on old hard tyres and old medium tyres. We might be able to get a bit of an undercut going here as well. The issue we will have is where do we come out in the pack, and if we're buried in traffic, then that's going to obviously hurt us as well. But let's see if we can do the same trick twice here. Move up to the back of Alonso, get a good run off the corner, and the battery is empty, which is not ideal timing for that to happen, and Alonso's covering, and we've not quite been able to pull that one off. But, yeah, there are certainly some signs here anyway that there's a bit of pace in our car if we can get ourselves some clear track. But unfortunately, finding that clear track is that's going to be the problem for us here, I think. But we'll keep working on the back of Alonso, see if we can get something done. We'll have to harvest the batteries for a lap or two, though, first. And then it doesn't look like George Russell's a mile up the road either. Alright, now unfortunately Alonso has been able to get away from us here. He's about 2.89 seconds up the road. And Stroll's just gotten past Giovinazzi as well.
So here we go, heading into turn 1.
So he's done the same trick. So that's really disappointing. You've got to cover that, Antonio. Come on, man. And we'll look at the back of an Aston Martin again then, I suppose. We've got Hamilton behind us. We've seen this. There goes Hamilton as well. So we're back to 7th. We've seen this from Giovinazzi before, haven't we? Where he just has these periods in a race where he just forgets how to drive fast, and it's really frustrating. But anyway, we'll be coming in soon. There's a big gap behind us. Something's going to have to go very wrong, and it tends to go very wrong for us anyway. But to not get 7th, you'd imagine it'd be okay, wouldn't you? Surely we're not going to lose that much. What sort of tyres are these guys on? Mediums and hards. So there's only 3 cars in the end that have done the soft tyre. And we have been pushing that tyre a little bit more. So we're potentially in the window. But we want to try and get as far as we can, obviously. Yeah, and are we going to come out? What was the pit stop lost time? Was about 21 seconds, supposedly. So that's going to be 41. So we'll come out behind Magnussen, in theory, ahead of Ricciardo, just outside the points there. But, yeah, what are their lap times? If we could get ahead of Magnussen, that would be quite useful. Yeah, we're doing 16.5s, though. We've lost a lot of pace. That's because the tyres are getting past their best. So, anyway, we'll come back for his stop. Piastri stopped on a medium. He was on a medium, I think. So there's some interesting strategies, because those come out on soft. Some interesting strategies going on out here, but yeah, let's see where we sort of shake out here once we come in for our stop. Alright, so Hamilton, that lap, has come in for his stop. So we're going to push our tyres, we're going to try and we'll make up as much ground as we can here without necessarily, we do need to deploy. It's a bit late in the lap, I suppose, for that, but we just need to try and go as fast as we can, make sure that we're not coming out just behind somebody. And yeah, like I say, we'll bring ourselves in this lap and then see where that. I mean, we're not going to jump Hamilton here by any means. Can we get a good stop out of the team? That's always the big question, isn't it? Off, on, go. 3.1. It's not great, but it could be worse. And let's see where that brings us out. There goes a couple. So we're not too far away from the back of Hamilton there, actually. We've made up quite a bit of time. We won't be doing any of this anymore because we need to try and save everything. But equally, we do want, and we did get ahead of Magnussen, so that's been useful. So yeah, let's see where we sort of shake out here. The Aston Martins were kind of our race with Hamilton. Now, Hamilton's ahead of us, which is frustrating because we were obviously ahead of him from the start. Yeah. Let's see where we shake out once everybody's done their stops. I imagine they're going to be a little while yet, only 60%. These guys are probably going to want to go onto a hard, I would imagine, the medium runners, wouldn't they? Verstappen's on a soft, which is interesting, because that's not going to get to the end, is it? So there might be a couple of two-stoppers out here, which is, same with Piastri. I mean, that's not the strategy for Monaco. Alright, now this is not ideal right now. We are stuck behind Ocon, Hulkenberg, and then Hamilton. I'm trying to make the most of this by harvesting the battery. We did have a fairly decent gap over Gasly. Now, Gasly's doing 14.9s. We're currently doing 15.2s. So, he will chip into that 6-second gap or so that we had. But, as he comes into the pits now, so we'll get an idea. I think we're going to be okay to him, though. But yeah, we're going to need to be a little bit more aggressive at some point here, I think, to... yeah, we did get out ahead of Gasly. Because we're going to need to get these overtakes done. Maybe the harvest is a little bit too much right now, but like I say, we caught them up quite quickly. So I think you can see there into these slow corners how much, I mean, we chunk out of the gap in front. Obviously, we're on newer tyres, which is going to help that somewhat, but yeah, what I would ideally like to do is maybe catch Hamilton out and get a move done while he's stuck behind these two, see if we can get back in front, but yeah, it's a Monaco race right now, isn't it? We're just stuck in a train and there's not really anywhere we can go. Alright, so Ocon has come in the pits and Hamilton got past Hulkenberg when he didn't have DRS down the front straight. So we have very much now got to try and go and do the same thing and not let Hamilton disappear on us. So this is a big moment in the race for us. Can we go and get that done? Down the outside, down the inside. Go on, Gio. Make it work, mate. Make it work. He has, with a little bit of deploy as well. So that's a big moment. We don't want Hamilton getting too far away from us. So we've managed to do that okay. And let's have a look. These Aston Martins here. Here's Alonso in. So he is he's not going to come out behind us, is he? Hamilton's did a 112 once he wasn't stuck behind Hulkenberg. I dare say we can't do that. And Hamilton is on a hard tyre as well. So, yeah. Alonso is out of the pits and ahead of us. So, I mean, that was more or less to be expected. So, we'll see we'll see. Again, we'll just keep chugging along here. But Norris has got to stop. We should get ahead of him, which will be 7th, which is where we started, which is Monaco, isn't it? Alright, well, Giovinazzi has just lost all pace. I mean, this is Hamilton here coming across the start-finish line, and we are now coming across the start-finish line. He's driven off on us. Now, Piastri got past us. It was with DRS. He's on a soft set of tyres. In a way, fair enough. He's going to have to stop again. There's a part of me that thinks Hamilton must have to stop again, because he was doing 12s and 13s when we were doing sort of 14s and 15s. Now, we have picked up our pace a little bit. Part of that was down to me. I had it set on always defend, and that was just slowing us up. So I got rid of that, and our pace has definitely picked up. Should have been doing that. Maybe I shouldn't have been doing that at the start of the race when they got past us. So, yeah, we'll see. Looks like we're right up behind Piastri again now, so his soft tyres are going off. So this is obviously a little bit annoying now. But yeah. I mean, Gasly's not a mile behind us either, which isn't great. He was, where's the gaps here? I mean, Alpine is the team ahead of us in the championship right now. We do not want him coming past us, as there goes Piastri. Let's just deploy to make sure that we don't get Gasly coming past. And, yeah, well, that's him out of the way. Norris is 2 seconds up the road. He's got to stop yet. And outside of that, Stroll's got to stop. Now, where is Stroll to us? He is... we're almost a lap down, Jesus. Stroll is 23 seconds, so he's not completely safe. Yeah, he's not completely safe, but we'll see. It'd be very nice to get ahead of Stroll, because he will come out on soft tyres and in all likelihood be able to get straight back past us. But, yeah, you never know. But it's looking like 7. So, strange things are happening here. Hamilton has still been able to do it. We've got Gasly alongside us. Ah, you son of a... How did you get past Norris? We got past Norris, and I don't understand where Gasly's come from there. But Hamilton's doing insane lap. Everybody else is doing insane lap times. Why are we so slow? But anyway, Stroll is... Gasly's gone. How are these guys going? Sure, they must... But we've used more tyre. I don't understand why we're just seem to have guys drive past us randomly. I don't know what Stroll's doing. He must be hanging for a safety car. Yeah, I don't understand Gasly's pace, or is it our lack of pace? I mean, he's done a 12-1. I mean, where's a 12-1? We can't do that. Like, we can't, you know, that doesn't mean that nobody else should be able to, but he's absolutely taken off. Anyway, just frustrating. So frustrating. Alright, well, Lance Stroll has finally come into pit, so that moves us up to 7th. We've got to be a little bit careful of Ocon flying behind us. Now, we just got lapped that lap, so we had to pull over to let Verstappen pass. Verstappen is 2-stopped and gone like soft. He's put 2 softs on, so he is absolutely flying, which is why he's probably going to lap the field. It does make you wonder a little bit if maybe there was something to that. Overtaking had seemed to be easier than certainly it is in real life, but yeah, I don't know that it would have done us much good to go an extra stop. Although, again, we're going to end up losing off to Ocon here as well, the way it's going, and Piastri as well, who's on that soft strategy. So we've got to be a little bit careful we don't end up coming 9th here, and Stroll's going to be flying as well, isn't he? So we're not quite completely safe for points here, I wouldn't say. Which is... I mean... Alright, well, we now have Ocon right behind us, and we're telling him to defend, which is going to slow us up even more. We've just got to try and hold on for 7th if we can. Stroll is going to come at us quite quickly as well. There is about, is it 7, 8 laps to go? 7 laps to go. So, yeah, I mean, we're lapping cars, we're getting lapped. It's a bit of chaos, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, we can't do much in terms of push the tyres, because we're just going to get to the end as it is. So... I mean, if I was Ferrari, I'd sack me now. And if I was unsackable, I would write this season off and then just work on next year's car, to be honest. It's there we go. We're just slow. I mean, whether it is Giovinazzi, I mean, we will never know what Mick could have done. But these guys are on hard tyres as well. Yes, they're a little bit newer for guys that started on a medium, but I mean, it's just, we've got Stroll right behind us. He's going to get past us any second now as well, so that'll be 9th. Piastri's not a mile away on soft tyres. That could well be 10th. I mean, who goes backwards at Monaco, honestly? Well, is there any point being slower if we... I mean, we're sitting ducks for guys on soft tyres, and we're absolutely no chance. And if we go off board here, we've got, there's Piastri on the soft tyre as well. And thankfully, Magnussen's 10 seconds back after that. So I don't think we have to worry too much about not finishing 10th. But, I mean, what an embarrassment. Alright, well, the good news about being a lap down is we're able to sort of push the tyres and whatnot a little bit more than we otherwise would have been able to. So it looks as though we are going to hold off Piastri, famous last words, but he has dropped off just a little bit because we've been able to push our tyres a bit more. Yeah, it's just been a sickeningly disappointing race, and we've just had no speed at all. So, yeah, there we go. Verstappen has won. Be interesting to have a look, you know, at our fastest lap compared to others' fastest laps, because we've just not had anything. We've just not had any pace whatsoever, and I thought we might do okay here with the slow corners, but there we go, 9th. Okay, we've gone backwards. 2 Alpines have got past us, who are, of course, ahead of us in the championship as well. It started bad at turn 1 for Mick and got worse that one, didn't it? So a 13.661 is our fastest lap. That was our last lap of the race when we were sort of pushing those tyres a bit more. So we've gone down to... there was a brief time there, wasn't it, where we got ahead of Stroll, we were ahead of Hamilton, and it looked like it might be okay for us, but we just had... Well, as I said, we just had no pace whatsoever in that car. So Mick goes down to... Not his fault in that particular one. Both Alpine drivers are now ahead of both of our drivers. And that gap to second is... Well, I mean, we should be looking behind us more than anything. It's even a 22-point gap now to Alpine. So, I don't know where... I mean, we've just got to just get weight out of the car, I think, and then see what that does for us. Now, the accident with Mick, it did damage the engine. So that is not great, because that was one of the better engine, but we'll use that in free practice now. Well, actually, we'll probably give him a new engine, maybe. It's a little bit early in the season to be going to our 3rd engine, though, isn't it? So that's not ideal to have happened. But obviously it's not a complete write-off, so that's not terrible. Board confidence, not going to surprise anybody that they are still disappointed with us, and they didn't particularly like that race. We're clinging on to Las Vegas, aren't we? That 1-2. we need something similar to happen. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We survive another race. Next up, it's Spain. We've got a 4-day gap, so it's not going to be much different on the car for that one either. And, yeah, or maybe the side pods. The side pods will be new. So that's something. That'll take a bit of weight off. Take care.